Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He's going to get the football. There goes Thomas Rawls. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. The first play from scrimmage? Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, that play call had the full feel of let's really fool them, because they were running that to the short side of the field from the hash mark. Didn't fool anyone and end up losing yardage on that play.
Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play, only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front, the linebackers, everyone got involved to force a fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So certainly an interesting... standing field position. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Kristen Michael. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they're operating in the red zone. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Well, he told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And that's complete to Cooks. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. It's complete to Flainer. 30. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Brandon Cooks, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are back within a score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They'll come out in the pistol. On 2nd down, Wilson, flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Delvin Blow with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Breeze on 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Caught right side. It's Snead. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now first and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he was being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal.
Hey, ready. We got 4 down. 11, easy. 13.
Cadet. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They come out here in the eye. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He's got time in the pocket. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their big-bodied receiver from 4 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point attempt to come here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line. The Seattle. Now ready to march out of the field. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Block it in motion right. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And it'll be second down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
3 yards to go here on second down. Now Wilson on second down. This complete to Lockett. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. In the slot on the right is Graham. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Complete outright to Kurtz. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
To throw again is Wilson. And he hits the former Saint, Jimmy Graham. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing.
And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Now Wilson on first down. Incomplete. Well, we've got a second. Let's discuss what our crew was talking about before the game. Best quarterback so far in the league. Some thought Dak Prescott. Some thought Matt Ryan. There were a few Matthew Stafford picks in there. What do you think?
There were some pitch battles going on, weren't there? I'm just glad that they calmed down so we can actually do this game. But I think Matt Ryan, with great help from Julio Jones, has to be one of the top guys to discuss. You mentioned Dak. But how about Ezekiel Elliott powering Dallas? And Matthew Stafford does not get enough attention. If Detroit keeps winning, he'll be in that race.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the center.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Donnell Allerby in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. In the slot on the right is Graham. Halfback sent in motion.
14, running.
On second down, Wilson. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? 'Cause that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country
I
roads.
certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on fourth down, here's the Canadian-born punter, John Ryan, to kick it away for Seattle. And this one's high, but not very far. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On first down, Breeze. Flushed out right. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, Charles, I know last night at the hotel we were going over injuries around the league and then looking at the quote-unquote next man up and who has really stepped in to fill some big shoes this year. Who'd you have down?
Well, Cleveland, it hasn't paid off for them yet, but 6 different guys have thrown passes for them so far. They've got to settle on a starter that they really like. How about in Dallas? I think that's the ultimate one right there. Dak Prescott stepping in for Tony Romo. Kansas City's had a carousel of running backs with the injury to Jamal Charles.
And one more in Denver. DeMarcus Ware returned in Week 9, but when he was out, who stepped up?
Shane Ray, their first-round draft pick in 2015.
And now a first down following that long gain. Breeze now on first down. It's caught left side by Cooks. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
Fresh set of downs here. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they'll run it here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Breeze on third down. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So now on fourth down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Second and 10 now. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cliff Averill in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On third and long, it's Breeze. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on fourth down. Back deep for the Seahawks, the all-pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Slot man moves right. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out in the pistol. And on the ground they go with a running back. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just about on his own goal line. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the I. They'll run it here with Michael. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
When Nick Fairley's on his game, he is your prototypical defensive tackle who can make disruptive plays. Great hands, really good quickness.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down. They run with a power back. Rawls losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down after a good gain.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And Graham's got it over the middle. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll bring up second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. He hits the reliable target. Second down now after the pass completion. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
On third down, Wilson. And able to find Graham. Complete. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, first and goal. A running play for Rawls. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
He's had a big game tonight. While no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
The lone man in the backfield. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's third and goal. On third and goal, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Wilson, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the fourth. Hauschka now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 30 yards there.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, it's Breeze. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Breeze now on first down. This will be caught at about the 3. A nice gain of 21 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. First and goal here from the 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Now Breeze. Brandon Coleman was the intended target. And fourth down coming up.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football. Worked so hard to get his feet down inbounds, tried to do the toe tap. My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really?
Yeah, that he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not cross.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And Graham's got it. Complete. Past the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jimmy Graham, 75 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I know guys who design defenses, they try to prepare for everything. But you ignore the guy who plays tight end at your own peril.
Yeah, and he's like having another wide receiver out there sometimes, right?
Exactly right, because they're such a matchup nightmare, and they're hybrid guys. Are they receivers? Are they big guys that block? How about the one we just saw there? Catch it and go. Run after catch all the way into the end zone.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out. Here, and they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. With that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Brees going to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Brees throwing on 2nd down. It's complete. Flater, right side. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they? What's fun to watch is these college receivers transitioning into the NFL and how they grow as route runners. Because a lot of times now in the college game, the spread offenses, there aren't that many routes that they're actually running. Most of the time, they're just trying to find open space and present themselves to the quarterback as easy targets. But in the NFL, you've got to run the entire route tree, and you've got to run it well if you expect to get open.
And he's got it over the middle, Flaner. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brock Coyle in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Easy. Got it. Ready.
Brees to throw on 2nd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. And an alley to run. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. First down, this is Rawls. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll be out of bounds. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
They come out here in the eye. So now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Here's Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Breeze now on first down. And brought in here by Flainer. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. In his career, he has a spell of 10 straight seasons, 4,000 yards or more. Only quarterback to do that. We're seeing more of it here in this one.
We better not take it for granted, because what we're watching, it's vintage Drew Brees, but it still is excellent.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Breeze now on first down. His throw caught. What about the 5? And they get 28 yards on that one. And the Saints are set up now with a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. Time for a break. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. We're back to finish this one off after this. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now Breeze on the bootleg. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
And they put it in the end zone, which was job 1. Now they have to convert. And then it's decision time, isn't it?
Yeah, so this is what all teams go through. You look at the clock, you're inside 2 minutes. Look at your timeouts. Make that onside kick decision.
Yeah, how do you feel about your defense, where you are in terms of the scoreboard, and the time left on the clock, as you noted, so many things to go through.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it, because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Counterplay, Rawls. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 10 here. Wilson wants to throw it. And incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check 50, 56.
Throwing now is Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down. Pete Carroll, no stranger to rolling the dice. He'll roll it again. 4th down, they're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Ready. Hey, easy.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw. Uses the stiff arm. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
All the yards, completions, just another play that's a feather in the cap of the great career of Drew Brees.
And wasn't he supposed to be too small to be an effective quarterback in the NFL?
And how'd that work out?
And well, his footwork, I think, really sets him apart. Remember, he was a junior tennis champion. Beat Andy Roddick, the future U.S. Open champion, back when they were in the juniors. I think that footwork really helps him be the great quarterback he is now.
2nd down following the incompletion. Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 23 yards on the play. And he did exactly what they needed him to do. Charles got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
That's one of my favorite announcers always used to say after a touchdown, give him 6. Now they've got it, but they need 2 in order to tie. This is why teams spend a lot more time on 2-point conversions because they've become more prevalent in the NFL.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the two-point conversion to tie the ball game. Breeze is going to throw. Finding time. And they don't get it. It's incomplete. They got the touchdown. Could not, however, get the two-point conversion to cap it. And they're still down by a pair. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. Oh, the Saints recovered it. New Orleans football. A field goal will do it for them. They got the onside kick that they needed here. We'll see if they can do the rest.
Some teams are just not comfortable waiting to see what happens. Some teams like to force the action. That's exactly what we saw with this onside kick.
He's back to throw. It's complete. Flainer, right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Now Breeze. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw, Breeze. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it's 3rd and short.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. And my friend, drama as they get the lead here in dramatic fashion in the final moments of this one.
The only way they can win, find a way into the end zone as the time was dwindling. Defense knew it, still couldn't prevent it.
So they're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it out of the side of the end zone, and they'll get it at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll put two receivers left, two to the right. Block it in motion right. One last shot for Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.